A quick review of doing a imposed a claim on security deposit under Florida landlord tenant law. First, what we're going to do is take a look at the Landlord Academy Operations Manual. We're going to open up and go to the move-in, move-out inspection form. I'm going to take out the move-in, move-out inspection form. I already earmarked it here. We're going to go to the move-in, move-out inspection form and take a look at this form. The move-in, move-out inspection form is extremely important because what we do here is we go through each and every line item from the kitchen to the living room and dining room areas, so on and so forth. Each item we try to spell out. Example, the kitchen. We look at the floors, the walls, the ceilings, the counters, cabinets, drawers, stove / oven, drip pan, so on and so forth. And then what we do is we take a look at the overall unit and the condition of the unit, and if it's in fair or good condition, then we mark it here, and if we have to replace it, then we mark the items, the cost per item in this section, and then we can total the charges at the bottom. Typically we do this twice, or we use this form twice, during the move-in and then during the move-out. During the move-in, we make sure that we get the tenant to sign here before they take over possession, or after they take over possession, but we typically want to make sure that we get this form back from the tenant after the first month's rent has been collected. So usually the second month we'll always ask them, hey, can we get that feedback form back from you if they forget. Typically they like to turn this form in because it also helps them and protects them as well, stating the condition of the unit when they received it. But typically, if you've been doing this a long time, you'll understand that the way the unit looked when the tenant moved in and the way it looks when they move out are typically two different. Everybody has two different ideas. So this helps keep everyone organized, helps keep everyone humble, and sticks only to the facts. Again, we always get the tenant to sign after they move in. Once they sign it here, we usually have pictures of the unit before they moved in, and we staple that and we add that to the tenant's file. After they've moved out, and this is again in your operations manual, during your tenant's residency. After they move out, what we do is skip ahead to the end of the lease term tab, and we find our impose a claim, which is here. The impose a claim form is extremely important because after the tenant moves out, no matter if they're evicted, if they move out voluntarily, if they give a 30-day notice, no matter what happens after they move out, the law wants us to send the impose a claim address to the last known address. If they did not give you, meaning the tenant, did not give you a forwarding address, then the first thing you're going to want to do is send this impose a claim. If you're deducting charges within 30 days, and if you're not, within 15 days. But if you're going to deduct charges, typically if they've skipped out on you or have left under an eviction, you're going to deduct the charges. You're going to send the impose a claim within 30 days to the last known address. And this is what an impose a claim notice looks like. Okay? It gives you items, or gives you line to itemize everything out, the charges, the total amount that's due back to the tenant, and you send this certified mail. There are only two letters that are required by the state of Florida to be sent certified mail, and that's the NSF letter and the impose a claim. Okay? After we do that, typically then we go to the computer and we log in, and we usually input everything we've done manually into the computer. We click on impose or create SOTA, which is security deposit claim. Click on that, and then that takes us straight to the tenant ledger, and we can do it automatically as well through the computer, or what we call electronically through the computer, and generate the same forms. But for the sake of learning and teaching an individual on how this is done, it's easier just to do it manually through the Landlord Academy Operations Manual. But this is just a quick reference on the impose a claim. And remember, the key things to do here is to only charge for damages. You don't want to charge for normal wear and tear of the rental unit. You want to be extremely careful of excessive charges on the impose a claim. You only want to deduct, again, exactly what was damaged or what has been damaged by the tenant. Also, you want to remember to send the certified the impose a claim by certified mail, and you also want to make sure you include the move-in, move-out inspection form so they can see all the itemized charges that were deducted. Remember to take pictures of the unit before and after, and use your move-in, move-out inspection form here during the move-in, and then once again during the move-out. And don't forget during the move-in process to have the tenant sign the impose a claim form. This will help you out tremendously if you're ever in small claims court over a security deposit claim. And remember, a tenant has under Florida law, has up to 5 years to dispute a security deposit. So that's why we use the computer, because obviously doing it by hand or manually, sometimes most individuals can't remember what has happened 5 months ago, let alone 5 years. So at least in the software, once we put it in here, it purges it, and we can always go back and reference no matter how long. Again, the softwares that we use, property management software, is DIY Real Estate Solutions. That should help you out with the pose and claim. Any more questions that you have about the impose and claim, you can visit us at thelandlordacademy.com. Again, that's thelandlordacademy.com. And you can always view other podcasts that we do under the Landlord Cam. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to actually go out to the property where we've done 2 evictions, and we're going to show you how we do impose the claims after eviction has been executed and a writ of possession has been given back to us. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed the Landlord Cam, and we look forward to seeing you soon.